So here, the Washington Post has done a little example of how this whole staying home thing works. You can see the 4 graphs here, but they've actually got simulations. If everyone is moving around, passing the sickness, eventually they get better or don't. So they say, look at this town of 200 people. And here's one guy. He meets that guy and that guy and that guy, and it just spreads. Spreads like mad because everyone's going about doing their daily routine like nothing's going on. And eventually people start getting better or start dying. But eventually the population ends up resolving. The problem is if you don't have enough ICU beds for all that, then there's a lot more dead people. Then pretty well everyone's covered by then. So you continue down, and what if you try a quarantine? Alright, well, not only people over on this side are getting sick, so that's pretty good. But quarantines only work to a certain extent. And eventually you have to let people out for various reasons. At that point it starts spreading elsewhere, and then it spreads just like it spread before. This makes it take longer, you flatten the curve some, but you're still going to max out the population of your hospitals, and you end up in a pretty similar situation. So what if we say, hey people, stop going around so much? Well, there's still going to be some people that move around, but it doesn't spread as fast because it's just those people moving around, passing it on to the next people. But some of those people that never have contact with anyone, they're just fine. But you're still going to end up getting over that threshold of the hospitals for a little while anyhow, which in theory leads to more deaths. So then they have what they call extreme social distancing. What if very few people are moving, trying to keep down just to the essentials? Some people still have to move. People have to keep the electricity going. People have to be working in those hospitals. There are still emergencies. And there are, of course, a few people that just aren't going to do it. But if most everyone does it, look how flat the curve gets. And maybe we have the critical cases be less than the number of ICU beds we have. So it's pretty cool. I'll throw a link to it, but that gives you the idea. You can go ahead and run the simulation as many times as you want. But it basically shows the exact same thing.